What up? What up? Waiver wire week 4 edition. We are on to the running backs here. I must give a disclaimer. This week is not a good week for waiver wires. It was a very light week for injuries. Thank you, fantasy gods, for giving us a light week of injuries. Knock on wood, because this is before the Monday night games. First guy I'm going to talk about here, Chuba Hubbard. Now, is all of this fugazi because they played the Raiders? It might be. It could be. The Raiders, they look like a totally different team from week 2 to week 3. And even like Antonio Pierce said, some guys out there, they were making business decisions. They didn't want to tackle them. But I don't think he's going to be able to do this every single game going up against Cincinnati and Chicago. That's way different a caliber of defense when defending the running back than the Raiders. But if Chuba Hubbard is there, because he's only rostered in about 52% of leagues, he was dropped in a bunch of leagues, I say go pick him up.
Pick him up!
And I probably would not start him, but I don't know how Dalton is not going to be the guy moving forward. The team looked so different from Bryce Young to him. I don't know how Dalton doesn't stay there. Go check him out on the QB waiver wire video that just dropped as well. But yeah, Chuba Hubbard, pick him up.
Pick him up!
I probably wouldn't play him, but better on my bench than someone picking him up and using him against me. Next guy up here, Brayan Allen. I told you last week to go pick him up. He's 36% rostered right now, so still readily available. But this is how bad the running back landscape is, especially at the waiver wire, that we're talking about someone who didn't even get 10 points. But there's some people in the fantasy community who are acting like he's like the next coming of like Barry Sanders or some shit. Like he looks good, but yeah, 11 for 55 on par with the 55. Got some receptions. Guy went 3 for 13 on the receptions. But yeah, he didn't have another 2-touchdown game and score 20 points damn near like he did. But yeah, the running back landscape is so bad right now on the waiver wire. Like you have to go pick guys like these up. Like right now, don't even burn like your number one waiver or anything on it. Just unless you really, really, really need a running back. Another guy that I told you to pick up last week, Bucky Irving. 35% rostered, and first game in double-digit points. He went 9 carries for 70 yards, had 3 receptions for 14 yards, and the receptions got him over the 10 points. And I told you to pick him up last week, and if you didn't listen, now with this really shitty week 4 waiver wire, now people are going to be going and clamoring for a guy like Bucky. So now you're going to be competing. But like I told you last week,
pick him up.
I told you the week before,
pick him up.
Like, come on. Are you going to pick him up now?
Pick him up.
Let's do it. Another guy that I told you was a potential ad last week was Samaje Perine. Now, it wasn't that great, but neither are any of the waiver pickups this week. At running back, wide receiver is very, very slim because there was not a bunch of injuries. It's ugly out there. He got 7 points. That's like double of what he had like the first 2 games. He got 6 attempts for 25 yards. It's really the targets and the receptions. And he's like a dart throw, like flex, if anything. It's more just about picking him up so nobody else could pick him up. And it's if you have, everyone should have 1 to 2 rotating like spots on their bench and to pick up these flavors of the week. And Samaje Perine, although the flavor may not be that nice, like there might not be better running backs for you to pick up because even Perine is 36% rostered right now. I got 2 more guys to talk about. First, Alexander Madison. Look at that rushing line. 3 attempts, 7 yards. It's so ugly. Like the Raiders can't run like at all. But it is him going out there and getting receiving yards and receptions. Oh, he got the touchdown. I totally forgot about the touchdown. That's why I'm fucking spacing, because I totally forgot that he got a touchdown. Because he only had 7 yards rushing. Forgot about the touchdown. And yeah, Zamir White. Like, I wonder how long they're going to be going with what seems to be like a failed experiment of Zamir White. What do you guys think? I don't think 10 for 34 to even get any receptions. And it's bad. I don't think a lot of it's Zamir White's fault, but yeah, they want to give the ball to Alexander Madison when he gets close. So yeah, Alexander Madison, he's 31% rostered. And this is more a speculative ad, get him on your bench. You need running back help,
Pick him up.
because we got bye week starting in week 5. So you guys better be ready for that. Better be ready. Last running back here, and Rico Dowdle. It's ugly. It is very ugly, but I feel like most games is going to be like hovering around like 10 points. This is more like this week is more about getting people to get ready for the bye weeks, because they start in week 5 and there's a couple random weeks where there's no bye weeks, but there's a storm that is about to come, and in the form of bye weeks and your players having to sit and all that kind of stuff. And so you want to make sure that you keep your pockets loaded. So Rico, even though it's pretty ugly, I would still get a guy like this on your bench. Go pick him up.
Pick him up.
Because once a couple RBs on your team get hurt, you're going to wish that you had guys like Rico Dowdle versus some of the fishing you're going to have to do later. So if it's your first time here, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button, turn on the notifications. And I got all the other waiver wire videos popping up right now. So if you see one of them, go ahead, click it, click it, click it, click it, click it.